Hello guys, we're back on the channel Joseph Brothers, and today on this Sunday my brother is going to tell about Psalms 119 verse number 49, and even I'm going to tell about a lesson on Lazarus.
Psalm 190 49. Your word revives me. It
comforts me.
It comforts me in all my troubles. Thank you.
So, the topic is the Richman and Lazarus, which is never boast and never make proud of yourself. Only give glory to God. So now, please go to Luke. So, now, what do we in Luke chapter 16, verse number 19? Now, I'm not telling to read. Here, what do we see about the rich man and Lazarus? We see the rich man boasting himself and making himself proud, very rich and all right. But Lazarus, where he does not even make himself proud. He's so poor that even the dog licks his sores. That is in 16:19 of Luke. Even the crumbs of the table, even when the rich man eats and the crumbs fall, he even eats that. So he's so poor, but he was a very righteous man to God. Whereas the rich man was never righteous to God. He was boasting about himself. He never talked about God. So here I want you to read Luke chapter 16, verse number 19 to 20.
Jesus said, "There was a certain rich man who was splendidly clothed in purple and fine linen, and who lived each day in luxury.
20 also.
At his gate lay a poor man named Lazarus, who was covered with sores. As Lazarus lay there, longing for scraps from the rich man's table, the dogs would come and lick his open sores."
Yeah, totally right. Here, Lazarus was so poor that the crumbs that the rich man ate, he used to eat that. And also, there was a rich man who was dressed in purple and fine linen and lived in luxury every day. Every day he lived in luxury, but never even thanked God even for one day. Even spent his time for God one day. At this gate laid a beggar named Lazarus. Here Lazarus, not the Lazarus in John where God raises him from the dead. There are many similar names, so don't get confused. So here we know that the rich man is a rich man and Lazarus was a poor man. So please, that was the introduction. Now I am going to the explanation. Please read Luke 16 verse number 22 to 23.
Finally, the poor man died and was carried by the angels to sit beside Abraham at the heavenly banquet. The rich man also died and was buried, and he went to the place of the dead. There, in torment, he saw Abraham in the far distance with Lazarus at his side.
So here, many of you are having a doubt. Why didn't the rich man even go to heaven with Lazarus? Even he was living in luxury, right? He also needs to go and live in luxury even there, right? But why? Why? Because he didn't even listen to God. He didn't even pray to God. He didn't even spend time with God. If you don't do even these things, you will never go to heaven. You will always go to hell permanent. So, here what we learn is, see, even Lazarus was not rich, but he was still a righteous man to God. That's why he went to Abraham. He was on his side. But the rich man was in the hell. Why? Because he didn't pray, spend time with God. So what we learn from this verse is we should never, what we learn from 19 to 20s, we know that the rich man was rich and Lazarus was poor. And from 22 to 23 we learn that the rich man went to hell and Lazarus was beside Abraham. Why? Because he never spent time with God, but Lazarus did. Now here, if you want to know that the Lazarus ate the crumbs from this guy, rich man, you can read Luke 16:21 later. Now, so we now read 16:25.
But Abraham said to him, Son, remember that during your lifetime you had everything you wanted, and Lazarus had nothing. So now he is here being comforted, and you are in anguish.
Yeah. As I told, that even Lazarus was a poor man, he still comforted with God because he was a righteous man. But this rich man said, Son, remember that in your lifetime you received good things, while Lazarus received bad things. It's fair, right? It's not unfair. He received good things, Lazarus received bad things. Now it's the totally opposite. The rich man getting bad things and Lazarus getting good things. It's fair, right? It's opposite. So what we learned in this whole chapter and lesson and verse in this, we should never boast about our luxury and we should always spend time with God. So if you want to go to heaven and spend time with God, what should we do? The 3 points. Spend time with God, do prayer, and always never boast about yourself. If anyone praises about you, give that glory to God. So thank you and bye. Subscribe to my channel.
Please subscribe to the channel.